So this is a game in my AMX 1390, which actually is a favorite tank of mine. I like autoloaders, and this tank is pretty fast. It's got really good damage. It's got a really long reload time for the clip, but still, if you use it wisely, it's very, very powerful. And in this game, we have two 3990s. You can see that, and one of them is gonna go to the west coast to spot, and I decide to go to the middle portion to spot the tanks coming from the east side. So I decided to go to my favorite spotting spot, which obviously is the spot for every like tank in this map almost to come and use, and see if I can get tanks coming from this direction and light them up for our arty. Here we go, there's a T-57 Heavy and an E-100. And you can see, there's our arty taking out their first target. So if you're spotting for arty, especially with the high tiers, it can be very, very rewarding for your team. So again, I'm waiting here. I don't have sixth sense in this tank, so I don't know if I'm spotted, and it's quite dangerous for a scout not to know when he's spotted. But there is an IS-7 and a 1390. Unfortunately, 1390 has a horrendous gun depression, so it's very hard to hit targets that are lower than you. And that 1390 has the same idea. He's spotting for their arty basically to take out our heavy tanks and our arty. So I patiently wait here. I try to get some shots on that 1390, but I just don't have it basically. And he's doing a good job. Spotting, coming back, spotting, coming back. And there's an IS-7, so that IS-7 is going to be a problem for me. I get a couple shots on him, then I decide that he probably spotted me being a tier 10 tank, and that I have to get out of here before it's too late. So you can see the IS-7 is coming this way. He's seen me, and I know he's going to get a shot on me. I'm just trying to make a run for it, hoping that he's going to miss. And there he is, and I know he's going to shoot now. And he does, and he takes about half my hit points. But still, he has a long reload, so I can make it back to base. And the reason I'm going to come back to base, I see their tanks, the Leopard, the T-49, and the 121 coming to base, and T-57 Heavy is the only tank up there. And that is a pretty good Leopard 1, so I try to help up the T-57. So the Leopard 1 will miss here, which is a miracle basically for me, because otherwise that would be the end of my game. I'm basically at 10% of my hit point pool, and it's not looking good. It's 4-6, but it turns out this Leopard 1 just gets himself cornered in there and gets taken out instead of taking out the T-57 himself. So now I see the T-1110 E5 is coming back to help T-57. So I decide that we got this corner covered. So I'm down to 10% health, and I'm not quite sure what to do, but then I realize they have 4 arties on their team, and their almost entire team is actually right in this area. So we've spotted almost all their tanks, but their arty, which means that if I go in this middle section through the village, there's probably going to be nobody there, and I could sneak into their base and take out their arty. It's a hunch, but if it's true, it's going to pay off. If it's not, and if I run into somebody in this direction, that's going to be the end of my game. Even the average guy has moments of brilliance once in a while. So I decided to move up a little bit. So I stop here for a little bit, see if I can spot anything. The IS-7 decides to go by the beach. And I keep on driving. It's a very even game. I think our heavy tanks and our tank destroyers have put up a really good game. And at this point I realize if I haven't spotted anyone at this section, there's a good chance there's not going to be anyone else here. And that's what the minimap tells me too. So none of their TDs have changed positions. They're all concentrating on our heavy tanks on the east flank, which means that those 4 arties are going to be available for me to shoot at as soon as I make it to their base. So let's speed up. So I see that the first arty is up there, E100. I see also that there's a TD, the 183, the Death Star, right up down the hill. And I'm sure he spots me, but he doesn't do anything about it. Actually, he's moving, so maybe he saw me and he decides to go for me. But I realize, well, I can take out this first arty. So the bet pays off. Here's number 2. So what I do is I queue up my HE shells. So after these 2 shots are done, I'm going to be loading HE. Because there are 2 more arty targets. And that 183 is not coming for me, so I'm safe for now. IS-7 is coming to help me. So GW Tiger takes a shot at me. He misses. I hit him one more time, but now the painful 40-second reload starts. So you have to keep in mind with this tank that it's got a long reload. So you either have to be in a position where you can protect yourself, or you have to make a run for it. And the 183 is coming. But the 183 is obviously more interested in the IS-7 than me. So he's probably thinking, I'll try to finish off the IS-7, then I'll go for the AMX. And my reload continues. And the GW Tiger probably decides to just charge at me and take me out. 5 more seconds. And he's out. So I want to help out that IS-7. I'm reloaded with HE, so I'm not going to be able to penetrate very well. but I should still be able to do some damage.
On l'a même pas éraflé. En plein dans le mille. Celui-là n'a pas percé. On n'a pas pénétré le blindage. En plein dans le mille.
And that's the end of the game. And you can see that if you play this tank wisely, if you take advantage of gaps in the enemy's flanks, then you can actually be a great arty hunter and also spot for your team and make the best of what this tank has to offer. Thank you for watching.